Boonu 825KK. Okay, I'm just gonna refer to you as Boonu. Thanks for the follow. This minute, I didn't real. Okay, cool. That was a misclick. I am cool with it. And there goes my viewer. Okay, well, that's okay. We are back at it again. We are back in Streamland. We are back on the spreadsheet. What did you do today to die at a minute or two till two? What did you do today to die at a minute or two till two? Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. See now, good. Thank you, Boonu825 Kakiri, for the follow. Thanks for the view. Let's see now. Okay, how's the health though? Excellent quality. We are in excellent quality. No recommended changes. OBS is running. It is not recording. We are locked at 30 FPS. We have had 0 frame droppage. We are operating at 2600 kilobits per second and 22.8% or 21% of CPU usage. And we are charging. It's working! Yes! Hello, one and all. I am the Pretender, back at it again, pretending that I am a well-liked and very successful influencer. And today we are going to be continuing a project I have been working on for some time. Originally, this project was on my big computer, and I had spent quite some time plugging away at it, getting it just right in a text file, which was not backed up on the cloud. And then my big gorgeous computer that I had bought not 3 months ago died. The hard drive completely failed and burnt itself, and I lost all of it. All that of the Minecraft world I had been playing, all of the Noita achievements that I had been racking up, all of the spreadsheet I had been making. But now we are back on our little laptop, and we are back on our spreadsheet. We have gotten it over 50% done. We are now at possibly 2/3 of progress, or maybe 3/5. Either way, we are past the halfway point, and we are in the M section, soon to be on the N section. As you can see here, I have spent quite the amount of time putting this together and thinking things through. Firstly was making sure everything was in alphabetical order, as per my desire for alphabetization. Then I confirmed whether or not the weapon could be gathered in a new game cycle or in a new game plus cycle, as there are a lot of weapons in this game that will just be straight up at the end, and you'll be like, wow, I wish I could have done a whole playthrough with this instead of just the end. But for that, we have New Game Plus runs where I will use a previous save file, grab that weapon for the New Game Plus run, and go on a New Game Plus adventure with that weapon. Here you can see I've also cataloged what main stats each weapon scales with. Unfortunately, things like ballistas and crossbows don't scale with anything. And yeah, you cannot get more damage out of them by leveling up, unfortunately. And there are some weapons that have some pretty interesting scaling, some like 3-way scaling. Excuse me. Let's see now, where's the Frenzy Flame? There it is. Yeah, these two also like scale with all of the physical and mental stats. The only thing Frenzy stuff doesn't scale with is Arcane, which is interesting, but it doesn't really lead to anywhere in game, unfortunately. Here you can see I have also cataloged whether I will be two-handing the weapon, dual-wielding the weapon, or both in some cases, as with the Alabaster Lord Sword, I can do the Ronnie skip where I go immediately to Lake of Rot, and there I can press all the buttons, bring up all the platforms, and there will be an Alabaster Lord waiting for me there that I can fight, beat, and get his weapon from. But there is also a secondary Alabaster Lord Sword in the Yellow Annex tunnels. I forgot to turn on my chat. I am not paying attention to everything, but I am paying attention to most things, and that is all I need to be doing. So, some stuff that has been going on with me in the meantime, while I have been working on this project in the background, while I have been waiting for my big, beautiful computer to come back to me. I have, once again, just reiterating this for anyone who didn't hear it last time I said it. Good. Let's hide that. I quit my job over at the Cajun place I was working at because it was having too much of a detriment to my mental health, and I had to be talked out of a couple things, several times, 3 to be exact. So that job is no more, and I am once again on the hunt for the head of employment. I shall have it roasted upon a spit, brought before me, and doused in a fine cognac sauce, and I will enjoy it good. And hopefully it will happen sometime soon. That way I can have more disposable income for projects like this and for future projects. Moving on, the next project I intend to work on once I get this whole spreadsheet done is a personal project. Again, this one is not going to be as interesting as most of my other projects that are going to happen, but it is mine regardless. I am a wood carver and wood turner, and I have ordered several parts to make canes. And this year, for my dear father and his dizzy spells, I will create him a magnificent stave that he can use to get around without feeling like he's gonna tip forward. For that, I'm thinking of using cottonwood, some fine glass doorknobs that I have rescued from some thrift stores about town, as well as some inserts to essentially extend the cane, because the lathe I have to turn things with is a mini lathe. It is 100% for small scale projects, so I cannot turn a full cane all at once. I will have to turn it in sections and then attach the inserts, and then once I have attached the inserts, I plan to cover up the inserts with an inlay of synthetic opal, and I'm thinking of his favorite, which is a peacock blue. It has beautiful blue and green light in the sun, and it is just absolutely lovely. And I'm also thinking of a nice neon green, as those are some of his favorite colors. But then again, I haven't asked him too much about this whole thing, so we'll see how that goes. Another point of what has been going on with me is that I have been going to therapy. Yes, I myself, the guy who has preached about how you need to talk with your friends and family, make sure you take care of yourself and whatnot and the other, is going to therapy because I ain't alright. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't alright, and I need somewhere where I can have, like, a specialist take a look inside this old brain hole of mine and be like, oh yeah, you got your muffler where your alternator is supposed to be, that ain't right, and it's like, oh, you got shame in these deep parts of your brain that is not letting you enjoy your life, and you're like, damn it. I thought I got rid of that when I left the church, but that doesn't mean that you get rid of shame. So I have shame inside my head, and I need to work on it, as well as some other things like anger management. I'm working on getting new medicine for myself because my current meds, while they do aid in suppressing the pain I feel from all of the shit going on, it does not entirely deal with the issue at hand that I am dealing with in my head. So in an attempt to better myself, I will acquire some ADHD medicine, and hopefully that will do something different and better than the current meds I am on. If not, I am an adult. I can make these decisions for myself and decide, hey, I don't want to take the ADHD meds. Do you got anything else? Furthermore, we have finished decorating our home for the Hallows Eve, and we have our costume at the ready. This year we shall be going in full SCP-329-B gear. I have a Plague Doctor mask, a nice paisley suit jacket, a beautiful tie, and a very nice pendant, some fingerless gloves, some nice suede shoes, and I'm planning on perhaps having a Halloween spirit cane to go with it all, or perhaps this axe I have in my room. Either way, I shall be a plague doctor in very dapper wear, and I shall be carrying some kind of offensive type accoutrement. But in the meantime, I cannot just dress up for Halloween without being Halloween, because then my Halloween costumes will not be ready for Halloween. And I plan to take plenty of pictures, all of which cover my face. And we shall see just how many I take before I get bored of looking at myself in Plague Doctor mask, or in some pictures I may even be wearing a wizard outfit with a Plague Doctor mask. Ah, goodness, so much is going on. My grandmother is not doing well, neither is my aunt, but I'm trying my best to help them out as best I can, keep them comfortable. So I do my best with that, and I move on with my day and try not to dwell too much on how much I'm going to miss them when they're gone. And grief comes for us all eventually. I am going to grieve once they go, but until then, I will make them as comfortable as possible and do as much as I can to help them out. Goodness. You get a drink? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Excellent. Okay, so next part of the spreadsheet is the build type. I have broken it up into... Sorry I hit the mic there. Sorry I hit the mic there. Sorry I hit the mic there. Didn't mean to do that. Oh no. Here we can see the build type section of the spreadsheet, where I have basically severed it up into several different paths of build type. Either the spell type I'm going with for the various casting catalysts that the game throws at me, various types of just straight on builds that you can have made in this game. Charged attacks, multi-hits, guard counters, counter-attacks, ranged builds, all those things are just like plain Jane, just easy to remember. But we've also got specialized builds like cold, holy, bleed, magic, roar builds. And there are some that even have their own... Wait a minute. Yes, okay, sorry. I thought perfume was set to chain link flail for a moment. But some weapons have their own unique build type that needs to be built around. And honestly, I am looking forward to trying these. I've had fun with them in my own playthrough. Unfortunately, I haven't done much in the base game with these, and I've just been trying my best to beat Radon with that kind of weapon, which it kind of works. I just keep running into the same issue where I'm repeatedly dying in the second phase after I blow through the first phase. And dear lord, is that second phase hard to master. It's just a tiny bit faster. Excuse me. Oh goodness, so many gases escaping my hole in face. Goodness, okay. Where was I? Yes, the second phase of Radon Promised Consort is tough. You will take lots of physical damage, lots of holy damage, and if you don't dodge it right, you die. And I am dealing with a weapon which is not entirely the best, but hey, I am going to defeat that guy with this weapon eventually, so I'll just keep practicing at it. Moving on, we have the specific Ash of War to the specific weapon. Now, some of these methods, such as... Where is it? Here we go. Consumables only. For that, we are going to be using non-offensive Ash of Wars. These will be buff Ash of Wars that will essentially just boost the damage of everything I'm doing, so I don't have to worry too much about things like specific damage types. But who knows, we shall see how that goes when we get to the consumables run. And hopefully, yes, I forgot that one had its own unique build type as well, where essentially we stack it all against boss weakness types. Some bosses are weak to slashing or piercing damage, some are weak to holy or lightning damage or fire damage. Through these weaknesses and through the customizability of consumables, I will be able to completely decimate with consumables. There are also tools, and way, way, way down at the bottom here in the U section, we have unarmed, putting together a total of 482 methods to beat this game. The only other method I could think of that will not be included in this game is the Kick Ash of War, because I am already going to be going through the trouble of beating bosses to death with my bare fists. I do not want to do just a single Ash of War over and over again. I've heard that Elden Ring is like one of the benefits of the game, where there are some weapons where you can just press L2 and have fun with the game without thinking too much about it. But at certain points in the game, you have to actively like pay attention, dodge right, and not die. And just playing Elden Ring doesn't always guarantee victories, so we gotta make sure that the Ash of War isn't the only thing that we're using, which is why I will not be doing kicks only, because that will take hours, and I'm already gonna be taking hours for unarmed strikes. You want me to throw kicks in there too? Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. And besides, a lot of the crossbows and ballistas have kick as an Ash of War, although some of these weapons do have just literally no skill attached to them, so you can't put a skill onto them. So Ashes of War will be part of the game, but they will not be the only part of the game. Next up, we have the notes section. Here you can see I've written down little bits and blurbs about like what spells to use, where to get the weapon, what enemies to farm them from and where, if I'm gonna have a lot of fun with them, if I need a certain stat up to a certain level, that kind of thing, and maybe even like what best to scale it on, or like what's like attacks best to hit it with. And honestly, at this point, how long have I been working on this? Let's see now. Data, extensions, format view, file version history. See version history. Yeah, I have been working on this for, let's see now. This goes all the way back to, I think, the start of October. Yeah, no? Do we go back further than the start of October? Because I'm pretty sure it was just like the start of October that I started working on this. Oh, no, it was the last day of September. Okay, so that is, let's see now, 4 to 12 p.m. That's, ooh, that is, okay, so 4, 8, 12, let's say, this here is 16, this here is 20, let's see, 24 here. I've spent more than 24 hours writing in this spreadsheet, adjusting it, and making things different. That's a lot of my lifespan spent on one spreadsheet, but hey, I got another one ready to go when I feel like it. Check this out. I have also got a list of games that I want to play. Ooh, that reminds me, while I have it open, I also want to include Expedition 33. No, not Elden Ring. We already have that in there. Expedition. What are you doing? 33. Yes. Yeah, that's just going to be a continually expanding spreadsheet too. There's not going to be an end to that one because no one will ever stop playing video games and no one will ever stop making games. Ooh, my neck. So, it is my also, there is one final row or column in this spreadsheet, my enjoyment / my experience of the weapon. At the end of each of these run-throughs, I will just type down a note on how the weapon made me feel, if I enjoyed it or not, and if I would recommend it. And by the end of this, we'll see just how much my enjoyment of the game was through the 482 ways to play Elden Ring. Let's go! Ah, goodness. But we have got many weapons ahead of us, so we load up Extra Life because it has the most information, as well as some scaling values, so I can know what the hell I am going to be doing with each weapon, and at least get some community feedback. Unfortunately, the Elden Ring community has a tendency to bicker, and that is an unfortunate side effect of just like the social element of these games, where some people will defend something to their dying breath and some people will disparage something to their dying breath, and it's always a hill to die on, and sometimes you just don't find information, you find discourse. So you do the best with what you got, and if Fextra fails, that's the word I was looking for. We also have Clark's entire weapon calculator. So if we can't find scaling values on Vextra, we will find it on weapon calculator. Let's get into the weapons. First up for today, we got Morgoth's curved sword. This was part of my first playthrough after I had gotten Bloodhound's Fang. I was like swimming through the game pretty well, and eventually I got to the capital, took down Margit, and saw, another curved greatsword with passive bleed. I wonder what kind of build this is gonna lead to. Cue jump attacks. Or jump attack sound. Okay, so this is a dexterity arcane weapon. Let's see how well it scales. And there is like some variation to like the main stat scaling here. I will put all caps letters if it scales very well with one stat or like multiple stats. Like, let's see now. Which one? No. Come on. Here we go. The hand axe scales incredibly well with both dex and strength. But weapons like the Monk's Flame Blade, or let's say the Misbegotten Shortbow, scale very poorly with strength and dex. So they have lowercase like letters after the first letter, because I want to like capitalize those words, even if they are abbreviations. And this way I can understand like how important stats are to a weapon. Because in Elden Ring, stats are more suited towards like defense and health and like how much you can do in the fight with mind and endurance. So for like regular weapons like Morgoth's curved sword, instead of a casting catalyst or a bow of any kind, you can just like save leveling your damaging stats for way late in the game and just like focus on health, endurance, and mind until you get your weapon like fully leveled, because most of your weapon damage comes from leveling your weapon, not from the actual stats. While the stats do help, they're not the entirety of the weapon. So let's see now, how well does this scale? Okay, we're getting over 80 in the dexterity sector, but under 80 in the arcane sectors. So it is a dex arcane weapon. More than likely we'll two-hand it. Although I would like to see... I mean, I could, yeah, because there are some weapons here where I will just say yes again, because I can get a second one on that New Game Plus playthrough. But there's also weapons like here, Giza's Wheel, and like, where is it? Grafted Dragon, where these is, yeah, this will be, yeah, it'll be, well, no, I won't be able to two-hand. So it'll be a dual weapon. But basically, the Grafted Dragon only goes on one hand, and the Giza's Wheel gets unique one-handed heavy attacks, where it procs multi-hit talismans, which should be really good once I get to that. And this will be like each one of these, each and every single one of these will become a video upon my channel. And my audience will grow. Are you growing out there, my audience? I can hear you growing. Okay, so let's see now what kind of damage. Purely physical damage. The Ash is Cursed Blood Slice. I know that does fire damage. Not much notes on this. Let's see what the community. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Looks like some people copied the build I did, or I copied those people's builds. How well is the strength scaling on this weapon? It's not that great. Like, that is a bow strength scaling at best. So, more than likely, I won't have to worry about two-handing it, so let's put it as a yes. Lowercase yes. I'm not that enthusiastic about it. We'll keep the cases out of the two-hand, dual-wield yes builds. This one, it'll be a bleed build. The skill is called Cursed Blood Slice. Cursed Blood Slice. Okay, we already know how to take down Morgott pretty easily. We shackle him and we just hit him as hard as we can while he's shackled, and then take him down with his remaining health pool once he gets back up again. I could probably get it from the Moonveil run. Honestly, I won't have to worry too much about this. Let's see now. Ash does full fire damage. Show off the natural moveset. Because sometimes weapons don't have like a unique move or scaling or skill attached to them, so sometimes you just gotta make the best of what you got with what you have. Like the Morning Star. This one you can get, let's see now. Yeah, this was the Weeping Peninsula Caravan site. Next to the big chest. Okay, let's see now. Morning Star. Pretty sure this is a strength weapon, but I'm also pretty sure I did a build with it called St. Helena Mercy, where it became an arcane bleed build, which was really, really nice. And it is a hammer, so you do get, like, good hits with it if you charge attack it. That's, alright. Moves, yeah, rolling, yep. The unique thrusting move. That was fun. Let's see now, yep. I mean, I just did a bleed build with Morgott's Curved Sword, and with the Mogwin's Sacred Spear, so... let's see now. We've already done an Endure Stick with the Mace. We haven't done a cold build in a while. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We'll make it cold. Why not? Let's see now. Let me see. Where are the stats on this? Scales primarily with strength and minorly with dexterity. So let's scroll back down here. Strength. Dex. Yeah, well, the scaling isn't amazing on strength and dex. The arcane scaling, though, that's nice. Like, it's just 1 point below dex, and you get that extra bleed buildup. That's nice. Blood setting is strength dex again. Cold is strength int setting, strength dex int. Let's see, now I could go with sacred or no? Magic attunement is also pretty good. What ash? Yeah, I tried that build exactly. I put the crag blade on it, I had the shield, and then things just kind of spiraled out of control, and I started like steamrolling the game. So I took some time to do like some different builds to like not get too used to everything dying. I could do poisonous mist, chilling mist. What haven't I used yet? Stamp upward cut would look kind of funny on this. And I am going to be two-handing it because you can only get one per New Game Plus cycle, unless you get a friend to drop it. I'm pretty sure I've already done a roar build with a hammer at some point. Let me see these real quick. Yeah, pretty certain. Like 70% certain right now. Goodness. Hey, all you chatters out there. Give me your ideas for Elden Ring. Give them to me. And I will then put them in my spreadsheet, where I will then slowly play the game again and again 482 fucking times until I have some semblance of an audience. I want at least 100 people. Like, that is the goal I am setting for myself long term, to get 100 people in this world to subscribe to me and enjoy my content. I mean, stamp upward cut would be pretty funny, and we don't often use stamp skills. We'll make it a crit build, because stamp upward cut is kind of a beast. Like, you ever put this on a, like, greatsword or colossal greatsword, and it sings. But it'll be pretty funny to see it on, like, yeah, a little hammer. Well, it's not little, it's just, like, smaller than these bigger weapons. So, it's not small, it's just in comparison to larger items. How much poise does this do? Costs 5 FP for the initial attack. There's a follow-up? Hold on. Brace armament and step into a low stance that prevents recoil from most enemy attacks, so a mini endure. Follow up with a strong attack for an upward strike. Okay, so it gets a mini endure on it. That's nice. Swords, axes, and hammers. Small and medium swords accepted. It's got to be a big sword, a big axe, or a big hammer. But it doesn't say the poise value on it. Yeah. Okay. Stamp. Upward. Cut. Yeah. Because there's not a lot that I haven't tried yet. Like, I've made sure to, like, use the ashes that are available on various different weapons, but there are some, like, that don't get as much of a view as other weapons, and kick is on a lot of weapons if you're looking at, like, shields and, like, crossbows and ballistas. RKR is busted, Determination is busted, so bustin' good. Storm Stomp, I'm determined to make that good. Storm Caller, I know that's good on NPCs, just not great on fast bosses. Beast's Roar, I'm gonna squeeze as much damage out of that one on one weapon, and then probably no other weapons, unless I want to use it for a perfume bottle, which I could. It scales naturally with dex, and so do these weapons. Yeah, perfume bottles are interesting because they don't have like that good of charged attacks. Their charged attacks are pretty slow. Not to mention the poise values on it isn't great. It doesn't have much stagger potential. It's very much a like chip damage weapon where you keep just sending out more and more perfume without FP cost. But at the same time, it's just like a little bit slow and a little bit inaccurate. So then, we will put stamp upward cut on the Morning Star and just hamburger flip some enemies. The Nagakiba, pretty sure we can get this from the start of the game if we introduce a murder most foul. Yeah, there's only one person in this game who has the Nagakiba, and that is Yura, Bloody Finger Hunter. Let's see now. Reminiscent of a reinforced spear, its imposing length can be put to good use with powerful thrusting attacks. Oh, baby. This weapon. I remember, like, my first New Game Plus run, I went and got a second Nagakiba, put them both as high as I could, then just did, like, full-on dual Flaming Strike Nagakiba, because it was just so cool to have a character with dual giant flaming katanas. Ah, goodness. Murkwater to the north of Murkwater Cave, or in his camp near Seaside Ruin. Yeah, you can get it from the start. Let's see now. If his cross killing iron. The weapon will be found. Okay, so we can get the armor. But I think we have to do like his full-on quest to do it. Maybe. I'm not certain. Interesting. Well then. Yeah. Two-handed R2 is a thrust rather than a normal vertical slash. What kind of build do I want to go with for a Nagakiba? Piercing Fang does seem really good, and I've been avoiding using it on other weapons because it's so good. It's like Giant's Hunt, where it's just a really big poke that does a lot of poise. Let's see now. Flame Skewer would be cool. Thunderbolt would be cool, but we already have like a fire katana, a poison katana, a lightning katana. What kind of katana would I want this to be? We've already got like 4 magic katanas. We've got a fire katana. We've got a poison katana. There's no holy katana. Well, Hand of Melania is golden, but that's not holy. That's gold, not whole. Let's see now. Let me look at the scaling options on the Piercing Fang, or not the Piercing Fang, the Nagakiba. A scaling and really strong. Okay, so this is a Dex strength weapon. We'll two-hand it. Do we want to do another bleed build? 131 on Occult is pretty nice. Keen is also very nice, though. Let's say this one is... We could do another build where we just put weapon greases on the weapon to make it cool different colors and keep using it that way while just leveling Keen. I'm not against it. Because we haven't done that in a while. Let me see. Grease. Last one I did was the Milady. Can't decide on to it. Maybe Oh, wait, hold on. This is too green. Maybe keen with greases, but cold, but blood. So many options. Just level decks. Yeah, the Milady is a beautiful weapon, and I cannot wait to use it. Again, maybe if I get the second Milady, I can just like dual wield blood and cold Miladies and just have a lot of fun with it. Or not, who knows? Because I've got wing stance set up on that one. And I've got like piercing fangs set up on this one. Would this be another crits build? How's the critical modifier on this? It's a base one. I mean, the strong attacks, the piercing fang. It sounds really nice. Oh, goodness, 160, 242. Wait a minute. Oh, that's probably because it's calculating this as two-handed or something like that. I don't know. Because it gets B scaling on cold, and that's really good. I don't know. It'll be like moving that 60 points over to int so I can get that like cold bonus. How well does it do on lightning? Honestly, not bad. Honestly, that is not bad lightning damage. But didn't I just have a lightning build open at some point? Oh, no, it was a while ago. Alright, you know what? Let's put on lightning attunement. We'll have to wait until, like, we get to capital, and it'll be like a... I don't know. We'll say it's multi-hit for now. No, it's a crit build. Crits build. Because with the R2 and the piercing fang, yeah. Alrighty. Let's... Yeah, just checking in. Let's see. We're doing good. We have excellent streaming quality. Our bitrate is doing fine. And we have a viewer and 4 followers. We are doing so incredibly well. It is time for a victory sip of our pink lemonade. Delicious. Gotta take Yura all the way through his quest if you want both weapon and armor. And Yura's armor is sick looking. Like that helmet, that frickin' helmet, man. It looks like so dopey on its own, but with the rest of the ensemble, dang, yo. It looks so frickin' good. Torch time, torch time. Everybody's gotta love that torch time. Let's see now. I completely scrolled right past it. Okay, the skill is gonna get copied and pasted because I'm not taking the time to write that. And I can press Control and Shift and V and just put it right there. Also, Google, why the heck do you give the option to paste if you're just gonna do that? Why? Why do you give us the option if you're just gonna be like this? Like, how many times in a row would I have to do this in order to make that pop-up not pop up? Huh? Okay, complaining done. Wowee, wow. Scales with all the frickin' physical and mental stats. And it scales equally with all of them. Fantastic. Well, it's a fire build. Because we're going to be doing a lot of fire. Did I ever do a what the fuck kind of scaling? WTF? No. Or what the hell? Nope. I have tried my best to just keep it straight and narrow, but this is, Yeah, hold on. Let me double check this. Nanaya's torch. Yeah, that is the attribute scaling. Holy schmoly. Schmlagoli. Oh, Elivilon. Chase will release a video of him using this the day before night drop. Huh. Who is she? That's Nanaya business. Have I done all? Ah, goodness. I've said the word all a lot. Oh, wait, yeah. Consumables, I have them set to all because they do scale with all the stats. Except for the, like, player-only stats, like Vigor, Mind, Endurance. Those three. But have I given all to any other main stat scaling? No, I haven't. Because this thing scales equally with all 4 of these stats. Should I just put all in there? I'm gonna put all stats in there. Ah, man. What the hell is this? Ah, goodness. Well, one less madness weapon out of the way once we get it done. Above the Largo Jory in Midra's Manse. Scaling is terrible, but it does all for main... well, I wouldn't say the main stats, because the main stats are the Vigor, Endurance, and Mind. Those are, like, the most important ones in the game. Those are what allow you to, like, survive and shit. Okay. But it does scale with the 4 stats equally. Yeah, this is a New Game Plus weapon to end New Game Plus weapons. Oh, goodness. Well, does it have anything else to it? Torch made by attaching a dying flame frenzy to a small spiral column. In a distant land in an age-long past was born a man who failed to become the Lord of Frenzied Flame. All that remains of him is cradled gently by Nanaya. Oh. Okay, so Nanaya's just been, like, going through her lords, and we just witnessed her, like, last one when we take down Midra. Man, this is gonna suck to use against Midra. Oh, man. Also, the skill. Feeble Lord's Frenzied Flame. Afflicts those in its area of effect with madness along with the user themselves. So this will cause madness buildup in the user. Skill will continue for as long as the button is held down. Can be used while in motion. I could try and use infinite FP tier with it, maybe. But I've already taken enough notes on it. The Knight Rider Flail. That's a dex weapon, isn't it? Dexterity. Yeah, and that's another thing, is that they didn't introduce, like, great flails. I would have hoped for a great flail as well as a great katana if we were going to start, like, expanding into the great weapons titles. But hey, now we've got straight swords, great swords. We've got curved swords, we've got curved great swords. We've got axes, we've got great axes. We've got hammers, we've got great hammers. We've got spears, we've got great spears. We had katanas, and we've been given great katanas. Why have we not been given the great... what was it? Wait a minute. Flail! I was looking at glaive for a second, and I was about to say it when I realized that wasn't right. Okay, this one also has spinning chain on it, but we debuted spinning chain with the first flail, so Let's do something different this time. We already did, like, Nunchaku dual flail build with the chain link flail. Let's see now. Could go for various infusions. Here's the thing, though. What skills would the, like, Knight's Cav Rider use? All I've ever seen this thing do is spin and hit me in the face. Maybe Stamp Sweep. Or maybe we go for a Roar build with this. We haven't done a Roar build in a minute. Yeah. It has been a while. Hold on, where is the last Roar build? There we go. The last one was with Iron Greatsword. Or wait, no, Iron Cleaver. Oh, wait, this one is supposed to be labeled a Roar build, not a charged build. Oh, wait, no. Wait, yes, that was the right one. I thought I accidentally did Mesmer's Soldier Shield instead of the axe, but I was correct on the first run. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we haven't done it for a good, like, 15 weapons. So, let's do another Roar build. Whoopsie. Almost changed something I shouldn't have. Okay, I want to be here, and I want to type the word Roar. Thank you. Which one should we use for this one? Are the Knight Riders more barbaric, warlike, or braggarts? I'd say they're very warlike. Two-handed, because there's only one in the game in a new game cycle. It's a dexterity weapon, alright. Let's see now. Steel scale is pretty good with strength, though. But it does scale primarily dex, so I'll write that at the front. Also, I got spoiled this weekend rotten. It was nice. I put an ad blocker on my freaking, what's it called? I just had the word in my mind. Not operating system. Browser. I put an ad blocker on my browser, and I got to watch YouTube Music ad-free. It was so nice. YouTube, why the hell do you keep putting ads in the middle of songs? I know I listen to really long songs that are like 12 to 13 minutes long, but you are ruining the experience of the music. And music is one of the few magical things that humans can actually do on this planet. Everything else is just more advanced technology, but this stuff is magical. So, I do not appreciate having, what was it called? Una Temavera? Essentially, it's the original soundtrack for Expedition 33, and it's that one song, what was it called? For the one guy, I haven't played the game, I've heard about it. Una Via a Temea. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's the 11-minute one that essentially gives you all the good brain tinglies and makes the good brain juice come out. Love that song. Hate that YouTube put the ads in the middle of it. That was rude. To me and to the artist who made that music. Artists. Good drink. Good lemonade. But hey, the spoiling has also led to a greater mood, which is good, and one of my friends finally reached out back to me on my messaging app, so I am not completely being ignored by all of my friends. So, This is a nickname, so most likely if you do know this person well enough to know their nickname, you know who they are, but if you don't know this person, you just have their nickname and don't know which person that nickname attunes to, so you can't really do anything with it. Anyway, Boyd, shout out to you. Thank you so much for reaching back out. It's been rough for me, and I was really happy to see that you reached back out when like none of our other friends did. But that's okay. They're probably also doing their own stuff or as burnt out as I'm feeling. And hey, recovering from this takes a long time. Which is why probably after this stream, I'm gonna call that doctor's office again, give them the insurance information I needed, and get set up for an appointment to get some ADHD medicine prescribed. Let's see now. Should we go Warcry or Braggart's Roar? Or Barbaric Roar? Or should we... we could go Shriek of Sorrow, but that's all the way into DLC. It is technically a roar, I think. I don't know. Beast's Roar? Would you like to go with Beast's Roar? You don't use it that often. Yes, but when have we ever seen a Knight's Cav use Beast's Roar? It's not about what the Knight's Cav is using. It's about having fun with the weapon. What do you think would look fun? Barbaric Roar. Because it gets the multi-attack. This one is the Weeping Peninsula Knight's Cav. They are weak to bleed and frost, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Black Flame Apostle. I know what you're getting at with there. Yeah, you could put Black Flame Blade on this because it has such a fast cast animation and then just Spinning Chain. But I already did Spinning Chain, and I don't really feel like doing another Faith Dex build. So instead, I think this will just be maybe a straight-up Dex build. Oh, right. I was checking if they can be bled and frosted. Yum. Yeah. Oh. Frosted. They are also weak to pierce. Piercing attacks. So all I need to do is bait them into eclairs, get them to go for the one-time only, buy one, get one free double piercing special, and they'll be dead in no time. Okay, the glaive. Now this one is interesting because it is considered one of the best halberds in the game. I'm just going to write this down now. S scaling in strength on heavy. Shout out to Fort the Enjoyer for playing an entire run with the Knight Rider Glaive and never once attuning it to heavy. Oh, man. I don't know. I need to rewatch it. I kind of got pissed off halfway through, and that's kind of the one episode of his I can't watch. I'm going to have to watch it and see if he does eventually attune it or not. The charged heavy is good. The hits are good. It's got some of the longest range of any halberd. Let's see now. There it is. It is a very good scaling strength weapon. We're going to two-hand it. We could go for counterattack build here with another roar build. Because I don't know if you know this, but putting Warcry or Braggart's Roar on a halberd is good. It's real good. Excuse me. Knight Rider Glaive. What skill do I want on you? I mean, either way, we're going to be going for charged attacks and probably whatever, like, windows we can get for stagger. Works exceptionally well with Brackett's Roar. Motion value of 125 for mounted attacks. Good on horseback. But the R2 attack is an overhead swing. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go for another Brackett's Roar build because I think I've done Halberd with Roar build. Hold on. Roar. Okay, let's see now. Axe of Godfrey's got Regal Roar. Battle Hammer. We are going with Barbaric Roar on it. Well, do we want to... Yeah, you know what? Strength multi-hit build. Why not? Selbin's Rib Rake. That has the same moveset, I would believe. Let me check. What scale did we put on it? Oh, that one's Barbaric Roar Rib Rake. My bad. That's the multi-hit one. Braggart's Roar Chain Link Flail. And we're going to dual wield them. Because we just did, like, another Roar build. Yeah, you know what? Instead of the Roar build on the Flail, we will go with... crits build with Stamp. Whoops. Sweep. Go to sweep. Go to sweep. Wipe what's in your fucking head in. Knight Rider Glaive. Yeah, this one we'll do the Roar build on, and we'll put Braggart's Roar on it. Gotta remember the apostrophe. Double make sure you know which frickin' Knight's Cav. Okay. Knight's Cav over by Raya Lucaria Gate entrance. Make sure it's that one. Ah, man, we're gonna have to kill Bogart again. Okay, hold on. Let me see what Roar builds I've been doing. We've got the Battle Hammer set up for a multi-hit strength build. We've got Celebrant's Rib Rake set up for a multi-hit spear build. We've got Braggart's Roar for a, like, crit build with the Chain Link Flail. Or at least, like, Roar build for the Chain Link Flail. Let's see now. But we have it sorted as Bleed instead of Roar. And actually, maybe go with Warcry on this one. Because, honestly, I don't like the idea of having to kill Bogart. He's just a homie. So yeah, Dismounter will go with Warcry. So yeah, Chain Link Flail, Warcry. Dismounter, Warcry. Duelist Great Axe, Beast Roar. A scaling on Keen, Barbaric for more hits faster. Yeah, we could do that. Gargoyle's Twin Blade, that one we will put Braggart's Roar on. There is the Roaring Bash, which I'm not sure if it's a Roar build or not. Braggart's Roar on the Golem Fists, because honestly, we don't have many other fist weapons that we plan to put a Roar build on. So it's probably best to do it with the weapon whose, like, regular charged heavies aren't as good as they could be. Because that is some information I did get from the internet, is that the range on the Golem Fist heavies isn't great. So it might be better to just go with the Roar build. Yeah, honestly, when are we going to get another chance to put a Roar on something Smith script? Their whole point is that their heavies are thrown. Let's see now. Barbaric Roar on the Great Axe. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty good. Ah, yes. The Great Omen Killer Cleaver with double Braggart's Roar. Ah. I mean, I could go Warcry and Braggart's Roar on this. Occult Affinity, Omen Killer outfit over by Perfumer Talisman. Yeah, and it's going to be a jump build. Some of these are just straight up jump attack builds because they can just get so frickin' crazy in this game. Oh my goodness. Like, I have been doing, in my meantime, a New Game Plus build of a multi-hit jump build for, like, double, what are they called? Gotskin slicers. Peelers? Gotskin peelers. Double Gotskin peelers. And it is doing so much damage. I don't know if I put roar buffs on them, though. I think I may have put, like, Crackblade on them. Or wait, no, it was double seppuku. Yeah, that was the money. That was the money. But yeah, I don't see any issue with this. Let's move on. Highland Axe. We'll see how much damage we can squeeze out of Beast's Roar. Iron Cleaver. We're going to use Barbaric Roar on it to change that running heavy into a multi-hit heavy. Scaling on heavy for such a small weapon, for such a fast weapon, with a multi-hit charge attack. Oh, it's going to be good. The Mesmer Soldier Axe with Warcry. That'll be good, I can tell already. Just level strengths. Yeah, sometimes I do just put, like, the simplest phrase I can for making the weapon good. And then we have the Knight Rider Glaive with Braggart's Roar. So the only weapons we haven't done a Roar build on yet would probably be... Like, we haven't done straight swords or great swords, and what weapons can, like... We'll use Braggart's Roar for this. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Let's check all the perfume bottles. Perfumer shield. Lightning perfume bottle. It's going to have Raptor the Mists. Okay. Frenzy Flame perfume bottle is going to have Wave of Sparks. Fire Spark is going to have Endure. Deadly Poison is Deadly Poison Spray. And Chilling Perfume will change to Beast's Roar. Yeah, that's all the perfume bottles. There's only 5 of them. Okay, next we have the Noble's Estoc. Maybe... Oh, wait, no. Braggart's Roar is a weapon buff. We're not going to be able to use it with greases. Oh, well. Noble's Estoc. Oh, for fuck's sake, I remember now. I remember now. This was back when I was doing my own versions of weapon class only runs. And I was doing thrusting swords. And I had to farm for this shitter for so long. It was like 19 consecutive hours of just like killing the same 3 nobles over and over again outside Selen's place. It was so damn annoying. I hated it. Oh, man. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Nobles Estoc. And I'm pretty sure I put this on Flame Art Attunement after I did that. Because I thought the gold looked nice with the flames. Estoc carried by wandering nobles, made to be easy to wield, daubed with gold from tip to tail. It should fetch a good sum. Yeah, the troll pulled carriages, caravans, and Waypoint Ruin cellar site. Rampart's path, side of green. Yeah. Special Art 2 shared with the Estoc. Mean stab. Goodness. I mean, it's so pretty. But how good is it really? Okay, it looks like it's a quality weapon. Okay, so it scales poorly with both strength and dex without attunement. We'll two-hand it because there is no way in hell I am going to be able to farm 2 of these. And we've already done at least one, like, pretty sure, yeah, the S-Stock, the regular S-Stock. You can get 2 of them, and I already have that lined up for a multi-hit build. So what to do with the Nobles S-Stock? The only thing I've ever seen these guys do with these weapons that was remotely at all threatening was just raise them and then wait like a solid 30 seconds to attack. That's probably an over-exaggeration. It's probably closer to 3, but at the same time, that's still not great. Okay, so... Wow. Doesn't scale very well on any particular scaling. I mean, it looks really nice. But what stat would I put? What skill? Like, impaling thrust is good, don't get me wrong. But do I want to just impaling thrust my way through the game? And I don't know. That doesn't feel very noble of me. Let's see what other people have to say. Then there's the cooler S-Stock or mentally unstable ones. From where you look at things. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Eh. What to do with the Nobles S-Stock? Part of me wants to just, like, put Golden Vow on it or Sacred Blade. Some kind of buff to it. To give it a little bit more damage. None of these buff damage. The Seppuku would not be able to be done from the start of the game. Seppuku's all the way in mountaintops. So that's like mid to late game there. How well is the scaling, really? Okay, so the highest number out of all of these is strength scaling, so heavy. But at the same time, some of these could have like greater scaling combined. Let's see now. 66 in each of these gives it a combined one of like 132 plus 43. That puts it at 175 total scaling. We could go cold attunement, magic build. We can put Phalanx and Pebble on it. I don't know. Oh yeah, what did I do for the Lizard Sword? I don't remember. Lizard Greatsword. Spinning Gravity Thrust. That is funny. I was also thinking maybe like Stormcaller or Spinning Weapon with it, so that I could give it like a cold attunement. But Poison Spinning Gravity Thrust is kind of funny, because I'm imagining the character spinning around with the mushroom head, and in my head, it's really funny. Make it silly and it'll be fun. A Poison Lizard Sword is silly. You are right, that is silly. What would the nobility do with their weapons in order to make them more effective other than being golden? I don't know. I really don't know. Perhaps. Poison Mist. Heavy attunement? I don't know. What do nobles have a lot of? Money. Okay, what else do they have a lot of? Enemies. Okay, so what do you do if you have a lot of enemies? You poison your weapons. Hum tiddly tum tum tum. Poison moth fight. Will this be the first time we use poison moth fight? Oh, potion, not poison. Let's see now. Yeah, poison, spinning gravity thrust. Poison mist on iron spear for tetanus. That's funny. Poisonous mist on the guardian sword spear because honestly, yeah, that works with the build. How well did those scale with faith? Because, I mean, I could also put, like, golden bow on this, but it also scales really well with dex. A scaling on dex. Let me... Like, you get out of here. Let me get in there. A scaling on keen. Wait a minute, what the hell? Why'd it change that one when I typed in this one? I closed the search function too. Google, what the hell? What have you done? A scaling on keen. I swear, if this ends up in this cell over here again, I'm gonna be mad. There we go. That's what it's supposed to be. Now we are looking for mentions of not potions, poisons. Okay, so we were just there with Iron Spear. We were just there with Guardian Sword Spear. There we are. Ah. Bloody Slash and Poisonous Mist on the Great Knife. Honestly, not a bad idea. A poison knife and a bleed knife. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually. Gargoyle's Greatsword. Use the poison that they use against us. What does its best scaling look like? Ah, there it is. Comes preloaded with Vacuum Slice. Let's see now. Its scaling is better than the Iron Greatsword. There's a base average overall AR between the weapons is basically equivalent at around 50 strength and up. Good option if you don't want to farm the Iron Greatsword. Ah, A scaling on heavy. Okay, you vanish! Leave this place now and forever! We are now working upon cell H176, and if you have a problem with that, I'll fight you. A scaling on heavy. And now we shall be looking for poison once more. Spelled Poison. What do you think of that, Google? Am I gonna get in trouble with Google eventually? Maybe. Who knows? Oh yeah, this one. Forgot about that. Oh, right. Poison strats for getting weapons. Oh, right. I learned about this. There's a cheese for the boss over in Lake of Rot. Oh, man, I'm gonna have fun trying that because I hate that boss type. Like, the first playthrough I had, I spent way too long trying to take it down because I was like, I'm doing such good damage. Why can't I kill him? It's because you don't have enough health to tank any of his attacks. Because they make Dragonkin soldiers do ridiculous amounts of damage. Ah, goodness. Yeah, poison perfume bottle. Poison great shield. Poison small shield. Yeah, poison... Knight Swords. Clean Rot Knight Swords. So, yeah, I'm really not seeing Poison Moth Flight on any of this. But that would be good to use with the Clean Rot Knight Swords. Clean, I must be a clean Rot Knight. clean rot. There we go. We will change we will change poisonous mist into poison moth flight. And then we will remove the spaces between poison moth and flight because I want it to fit in a single cell. Okay. Have fun farming in Limgrave outside of Selen's place. Or, where else can we farm these? Let's see now. One can be found northwest of the debate parlor site of Grace. You gotta kill Red Wolf for that. I don't want to do that. Outside of the Rampart side path side of Grace. Rampart side path site of Grace. I'm pretty sure I know where that is. Hold on. Let me pull up the map. Let's see now. World. Elden Ring map. Factual life is so much better with an ad blocker. I don't have to constantly close ads anymore. It's so nice. Oh, the advertisers need to make money. Do they? Do they really? Okay. Locations is fine. I just want to add on Site of Grace. And I'm pretty certain over here. Why is it showing? Okay. Doesn't matter. Right here, I'm pretty sure. No. What? Rampart side path. Site of Grace. Digging by the cliffside. Rampart side. Site of Grace. Alright, hold on. I'm just going to copy this into the search function because that might be an incorrectly named thing there. Okay, that didn't help. Let's reload it. Rampart side path. Yeah, you know, I'll just say have fun farming in Limgrave. Okay, the noble's slender sword. This one will be another bitch to farm. Except this time, instead of a thrusting sword, it is a straight sword. And remember, when farming for one or the other, make sure you get the right guy with the right sword. Noble's slender sword. C scaling and dex straight out of the box. Let's double check that with the Noble's S stock. Because I just want to drag it through the mud a little bit before I am done with it. Look at the scaling here. Now look at the scaling here. Straight sword supremacy. It scales immensely well with dexterity and with strength. Dex, strength. What do I want to do with this? It also scales exceptionally well with any status or any elemental attunement. And these ones do have a real wide variety of skills that can be put on them. What is the public consensus on these? 165 keen scaling is great. 140 heavy scaling is also great. If only that ever translated to quality scaling. 105 magic scaling is good. As good as it gets with standard attunement, but on keen it gets 165. Could go cold, or we could go sacred. What does the people say? Oh, and almost 2 hours of grinding for... Yeah. I only got one noble slender sword. Alright, hold on. Did he type the goal? Oh, wait. 2 noble slender sword. Oh, buddy. Silver scarab. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, the community is being kind of dumb. Yeah, it's really good for a caster. Oh boy. Okay, so farming it is going to be a pain. Let's just get one of them. And we have already like plowed through the game with like what's it called? Square off once. So I mean, we could do it again. It has been a long, long time, and it would make the farming worth it. So how about we go crits square off scales A in both heavy and keen. Man, this sword has a lot going for it. It's long, it looks pretty, it's got great scaling, but it is a dex weapon. But keen is better. Maybe, what else could we do with it that would be really good on keen? Lightning bolt would be cool. Or thunderbolt, we haven't done that in a while. Lightning slash, blink bolt, aspect of the crucible wings. Man, there's so many good skills you can put on this one weapon. Square off. But what would be if we weren't using square off? What would be the one that we'd want to test out? Piercing Fang. Honestly, yeah. Maybe Piercing Fang for faster crits. But we could also use the stance build with square off, which does give a nice boost to damage. The Nox Flowing Hammer, that is all the way. All the way in Nokron Eternal City. Oh wait, no, not... Yeah, Nokron, not Noxtella. Noxtella is the one that is deep, deep underground in Ronnie's quest. Double check that before you make more typings. Vessel, I command thee, as I am trapped within thee. Man, being stuck in a vessel ain't great. Keeps bleeding. Keeps needing to be fed. It gets so overwhelmed and fatigued so easily. And I'm not allowed to swap it out for any other. I've tried. It doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I saw these. I need to, make another video. Okay, so I do have some videos planned that I haven't gotten to because, again, my big computer is still in the shop and I need it to edit shit. Back to the point, of, weapons in Elden Ring that I am not allowed to have. That would probably make a good YouTube short. Where it's like, why can't I hit people with the book from the sorcerers? Why can't I have the cirque from the Crystallians? Why can't I have the pickaxe from the gravity miners? Not like the regular stone miners, the ones that are specifically gravity themed. Why can't I have the freaking pierce shields wielded by the Nox monks? Silver Manifer? What the hell is a Manifer? Manifer, I hardly metaphor. Oh. Interesting. I didn't know that. So it's the mitten on the gauntlet. Large single purpose magic attack. Yes, I'm aware. And we cannot get long swords off of exiled soldiers in Godric Town. Yes. Night's Sacred Ground in Nokron. Okay, so it is in Nokron. All the way in Nokron. In the same building as the Black Wet Blade. Good enrichment for the human. We are giving human enrichment. He likes to put stuff in the spreadsheet, so we let him do that a lot. But we don't let him do it forever, 'cause he might get burnt out. Oh shit, he's already burnt out. Well, get him some better meds and see what can be done with his insurance, I guess. Because he's working through family insurance and whatnot. Hey, it's PPO. Yes. Sorry, I just gotta remember all of this, freaking insurance information so I can tell it to the lady on the phone that I can then make an appointment with, because last time she called and I was like, oh, I don't have the right card for this information. The one who does have this card is at their day job and I cannot reach them at this moment because they do not take calls during their day job. So I will gather this information later and give it to you upon a later day. And it's a day later, I've got the information, but I tried to call them and they were like, oh yeah, you're 17th in line. So many people are calling right now. I was like, frick that. I'll just wait until there's nobody in line. Probably at 4 p.m. when my stream ends. So then I can get this all squared away and get that appointment for those meds so I can take better care of this vessel. 'Cause we don't want it to try and be dead. So we'll help it out best we can. Oh, goodness. Okay. Nox Flowing Hammer. It's a strength weapon. Does it scale very well or not so well? It scales very well. And it also scales not so well with dexterity. We'll two-hand the weapon. Although we're getting it in a New Game Plus cycle because you have to kill Radahn to get it, and I consider any full-on Remembrance boss weapon to be New Game Plus only. Because I want to know how good it feels to take down that frickin' boss with their own frickin' weapon. So, yes, I will take down Godric with the grafted dragon or his stupid axe. Yes, I will take down Godfrey with his schlomungus axe. I will take down Morgott with his sick sword. I will try my best to throw moons at Renala. I don't know if that'll work, though, because she is like 80% magic resistant. Okay, so, more than likely, how's the skill? Flowing Form. That one's more of an AoE swing, where it like goes across in a circle around you and like trips up enemies, but I don't think it'll be very good against like larger enemies. I think I might just go for charged attacks with this one since it's a hammer and they got nice fast charged attacks. The Nox Flowing Sword, however, similar Ash, I believe, also called Flowing Form. Maybe. Let's see. Yep, also called Flowing Form. Will be, do we want to dual wield hammers? We tried that once and we didn't like it. Do we want to try it a second time and see if we like it that time? I don't know if we do. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to two-handing it. So, this bad boy scales with dexterity more than it scales with strength, and it gets to pretty okay dexterity scaling. Anything above 80 I'll say is good. Anything below and the damage is not as good, we'll two-hand it. And we'll go with a multi-hit build because it's a dexterity scaling curved sword, so might as well have a nice time with its like R1 chains and whatnot. Let's see now. Night Comet works well on NPCs. But then again, this fight can be cheesed. And I have cheesed it before. It felt so naughty. Just like eating cheese in general. But honestly, I can probably take those two in a fight if I just use, like, Night Comet. Let's see now. Obsidian Lamina. This is a bleed build 100%. Oh, An's back. I tried your sickle and that is good eating. Excuse me. Guys, listen to me, listen. You do not know how freaking good this weapon is, man. It keeps freaking stunning things. It's always able to take me out of the fight when I need it to. And dear Lord, the damage. The damage. The charged R2 is the same as the scythe, which is kind of like a halberd, not so good charged R2. Like, with the Knight Rider Glaive, it's got that overhead swing, but with most halberds, it's got like a double swing charged R2 where you just go around in a circle twice. The first hit of that is always bull honky. It barely does any of the damage. It's like 5% of your total damage. It is the second swing that does the actual damage. But it does proc multi-hit talisman if you like are fast enough with the tap R2s. So tap R2s with this weapon honestly might not be bad. Let's see now. Lamina comes from the Latin word for a thin sheet or plate, and is typically used to refer to flat, blade-like portions of plant leaves or bones with certain animals, for example, the small protrusions on either side of some vertebrae. Gotcha. The obsidian edge relies not upon trickery to fulfill its violent purpose. Only well-honed skill is required to rip and rend through foes, sowing blossoms of red upon the battlefield. A viciously keen and slender scythe. So it scales primarily with dexterity. And let's see now. Not so greatly with arcane, but we'll still include it. Because there is a cap to how much dexterity you can level before you lose out on like a bunch of damage and stuff. So, let's see now. I hope that bleed scales with that arcane. Yeah, this will be fun. This will be really fun. What was the name again? Dynastic Sickle Play. That Dynastic Sickle Play is real nasty. Sickle Play. You're so freaking hot. You're playing around with a sickle. You're doing sickle play. Got it. With Spock summonable, but not required for the fight. So this is like a true like new game plus weapon. You have to beat the final boss of the DLC to get it. Oh man. Right? The entirety of Sir Ansbach's quest. By assisting him, this weapon will be available at the end of his quest line. Yep. You gotta let him live. Okay, Omen Cleaver. It's a curved greatsword. Pretty sure it's gonna scale primarily with strength. Where are the last couple builds we did? We did bleed build, multi-hit build, charge attack build, crit build, poison build, roar build, and another crit build. So we haven't really done much like elemental build in a while, so maybe we can see what the elemental infusions on this one are. Okay, so we can get it from this guy, but we can also get it, I'm pretty certain, at Cliffside Catacomb or something like that in Liurnia. Yeah, there's like 2 of them there. I don't think they have the axe. I think they have the cleaver. It's got the big choppy R2. I like the big choppy. The dinner knife. What's it called? The one that Anastasia wields. It's not a curved sword. It is a great curved sword or a curved great sword. It is in fact a war axe, a great axe. The butchering knife. That's what it was. I was like, kitchen knife. Nope, butchering knife. And this one, Magma Worm's Scale Sword. I'm pretty sure that one also combos good with its own skills. So, let's see now. Yeah, all the elemental infusions except for lightning. But even lightning is like really good. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's go lightning build. We haven't done that in a while, and I want to use it. We'll two-hand it. It scales primarily with strength and dexterity. Doesn't scale that well with either one, but it scales more with strength than dexterity. So dexterity should be okay to go with. And besides, I haven't really seen any omens use anything on these swords other than that omen flame buff, and there's no, like, way to get it in-game. That's another thing you can't get. The omen flame stuff. You can't get frickin' Morgoth spells. You can't get, what's he called? Best boy. Blonde into redhead. Not Radon. Radigan. We can't get Radigan spells. We can only get one of Erd Beast spells. What the hecky? So yeah, let's go with Lightning for the infusion on this one. And we'll use Lightning Slash because it's easy to get from the capital. And it does give a good boost to damage. Yeah, hold on. I know it's the place with the scythe in it, just like the regular plain Jane scythe. Where, oh where, is that weapon? For I know within it there is some enemies to farm. Yeah, Cliff Bottom Catacombs. Have fun farming the boys in Cliff Bottom Catacombs. They are weak against great hammers. Great weapons. And status because they're not wearing any clothes. Status of the Emerald Isle. Yes! The one-eyed shield! I'm excited for this one. Let's see now. How well are we scaling? Okay, like most other great shields, it gets 90 scaling, which is good. We're gonna two-hand it, because this thing is heavy as hell, and I do not want to level endurance enough to get a second one. Let's see now. Yeah, 20.5 pounds of stone. Tricksome shield made of white stone depicting a malformed one-eyed god. The barrel of a firearm pokes through the open mouth. It's a cannon, everybody! Once worshipped by the giants, this evil deity is believed to have been slain by Queen Merica. Yeah, this is the thing that's inside the fire giant that the fire monks worship. Yeah, all the way in the Guardian's garrison. Slay the caster in the Guardian's garrison atop the mountain tops. Okay, this one. Do we want to go for, like, fire build and just use that flame spit to the best of its ability? Do we want to go guard counter and take advantage of this big chunk of damage we get for leveling this up? Do we want to do both? I think, in my heart of hearts... We'll keep it at guard counter build to just, like, have it at that, and then we will level a bunch of mind, and when we find fire weak enemies, we can take advantage of it, and it gives us a cool finisher move. It's Flame Spit, right? Name of the skill? Flame Spit. And honestly, 28 FP is a lot. Make sure to level mind. Because 28 FP a shot is a lot. Yeah, don't you start out with something like 50 FP? Yeah, you're going to need to level it a lot. Oh boy. Let's see now. Onyx Lord's Greatsword. I don't like this one as much as the Alabaster, even though apparently the skill on it, like, does good hyper armor or something. Let me check. It's a curved greatsword. It's the mascot for the curved greatswords. It looks really pretty and golden. It's just not as special as the Alabaster Lord Sword. Yeah, let's see now. More damage against gravity-type enemies. It does mostly physical damage, but it scales evenly with strength and int. So strength, int, two-handed, since you can only get one per new game cycle. This one we gotta get over at Moatside. Capital Cave or Mine. Boss is weak to status and stagger. So probably like a just grab a Great Stars, maybe? Maybe grab a Great Stars. Okay, the skill on it. Onyx Lord's Repulsion. We'll call this a magic build. Because again, it's got that funky R2, or charged R2, where it does 2 hits, where the first hit is only good for dealing status. And nothing else. And this has no status. It looks really freaking cool. It's a giant golden sword. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna have fun with it. But I've tried it, and it's not my cup of tea. I forgot the skill already. Onyx Lord's Repulsion. Onyx Lord's Repulsion. They're repulsed by me. Okay, Ordovis's Great Sword. Moatside Hero's Grave. Remember that Crucible Knights are weak to fire. It's a faith weapon. Maybe use Flame of the Red Maidens? It comes out faster than most spells, and it does a good chunk of fire damage. And I could probably put it on something like the +8 Banished Knight's Halberd. And if I break into Castle Radahn, I can get the Red Hot Wet Blade and have it scale off of faith instead of strength. Or maybe both. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, Ordovis's Great Sword. One of the holy great swords. Really good weapon, apparently, for dealing with Malenia. Even though she's pretty strong against holy. Did I pass it? I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Where is it? Am I just passing it again and yes, I am. I'm just passing it. That's okay. I just didn't see it the first time. Okay, it is a strength faith weapon. Scales minorly okay with faith and really good with strength. Okay, we're gonna two-hand it. It's gonna be a holy build. And it'll be Ordovis's Vortex. Right? Ordovis's Vortex. Yeah, this is apparently a New Game Plus build, but you can get this weapon at New Game. You just need to head straight for the capital, which you can get to thanks to the Dectus medallion. Raya is also pretty good for getting across to Mount Gelmir to get that started. And I can just run all the way to the, Hero's Grave that I mentioned. And it drops the Crucible Axe Armor, which will boost, the Greatsword skill. Ornamental Straight Sword. Let's see now. Oh, right. This one I tried to get at the start of my first faith build. It did not scale with faith at all. It is a dexterity weapon with a holy buff to it. Yeah, Grafted Scion, Chapel of Anticipation, and dexterity weapon. How well does it scale? Really good. Dex, strength. This is a dual-wielded weapon, automatically. Multi-hit build, because it is dual-wielded straight swords, and it's really good. And not to mention the charged attack on it, once you put the buff on, it's just like this insane multi-hit combo. Although I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, right here. When performing the golden tempering skill, the Erd Tree and Crucible symbol will flash shortly. The symbol is otherwise only found... wait. Connected to the primordial crucible. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Here we go. Yeah, 42... The dual-wielded weapon functions somewhat differently to most power stance weapons. As a result, you have access to a complete set of dual weapon attacks, since most weapons only double attack with the... For example, jumping R1 is the thrusting sword. Power stance. With consecutive attack buffs, you can get some high damage, so it does work with these talismans. Jellyfish shield to buff it too. I'm not going to use that, but I'll use the charged attack. Yeah. Does not confer the strength multiplier. Okay. So, charged attack talisman, multi-attack talisman, maybe even crit talisman if I want more damage. And it's got above average crit rating, so yeah. This'll be fun. Golden tempering. Either take down the grafted scion first or prep first. See what... Multi-hit, charged attacks, and crits. Yes, please. Okay. We're getting close to the bottom. Getting close to the bottom. We are 150 something away. Oh, goodness. Okay. Next up is the parrying dagger. I can already tell, like, no. Crits, parries. We'll two-hand it because there's only one in the game. And I'm guessing it is a dexterity weapon and also the mascot for the daggers. Lots of dexterity is required for this weapon. In time with a foe's melee attack to deflect and break the stance, use this. This provides an opening to perform a critical hit. Parry frame dead at 30 FPS, 4 frames of startup delay, 4 frames of duration and active frames, 17 frames of recovery. 17 frames of recovery. This frame data is shared with other daggers with the parry skill, can be infused, but I'm going to put parry on it. Let's see. How's the crit rating? 110 is always good. Anything above 100 is good. Oh, S scaling on dexterity. So this is a dexterity weapon. We can just go straight dexterity. Maybe use some greases. Practice that parry timing, boy. Just practice the parry timing. We don't have to get gendered with it. Yeah, we're going to have lots of practice, and it's going to scale really well on Keen. It also scales really well on all of the elementals and the frickin' statuses. Like, look at this. 129 on magic scaling. That is... Like, how much is the Darkmoon Greatsword? Because that is, like, one of the major, like, intelligence weapons. Let's see now. Oh, my goodness. it is getting better int scaling on magic than the Dark Moon Greatsword. And also, these are like maybe cold. Cold attunement is preferred. Actually, yeah, this will just be a cold build since it has insanely good scaling on this. Like, look at this. Both of these are above 80, and this one right here gets up all the way to 129. Ah, man. But Keen is better. And, yeah, you know, let's change this back to crits. Yeah, because we just did a magic build with the greatsword. Crit build with the slender sword. We could introduce, like... I don't know. Let's move on. I don't want to dwell too much on a single dagger. Oof, my neck is popping. Let's check on the stream. How we doing? Still streaming. Good rate of stream. Good FPS. No one is talking in the chat, but that is okay. Because we are still getting the good enrichment for our human's brain in our vessel. All things are temporary, including the vessel. We will not have to be forced to live in this thing forever. Partisan. Honestly, a sick-looking spear. Love it. Love the design. Farm from the guy at the starter camp. Oh, goodness. What Ash of War do I want on this weapon? I mean... did just do a magic build. I could do another and put Glintstone Pebble on it. And just cosplay as a Haligtree Knight. Let's see now. Rare slashing R2 shared with a spiked spear and death ritual spear is a type of spear with small protrusions on the base of the blade used to parry and disarm an opponent. Can you parry with this? No, it's not available. And also, why is this never alphabetically sorted? I'm sorry, but I've taken the time to alphabetically sort so much here, so I would just like some more, I guess. But are they giving... but if I had that, would it be too much of a good thing? Endure, Ground Slam, Warcry. We've already done a Braggart's Roar Spear build. We could do... yeah, you know what? We can cosplay as a frickin'... what are they called? Radon Knight. Yes, we'll cosplay a Radon Knight, and we'll use Warcry on it. Whoops. Didn't delete that first C. We'll two-hand it. Because I don't feel like doing another multi-hit build after Ornamental Straight Sword. I feel like trying to do a multi-hit build in the first 3 after that will not be great. Okay, though, we've got a small shield up ahead, though, so... yeah. Partisan. What do you scale best with? Yeah, what's something we don't see often? Sacred Ring of Light. Maybe for another day. Okay. Scales primarily with strength, not so good with dex. So, strength dex, not that great a scaling. We'll put a roar build on it. And we could go quality scaling since neither of the two scalings here are that good. Flame is pretty good. Oh yeah, there is that one freaking Radon Knight on the horse over by where you get the Crackblade Ash. Right over next to a like giant bird and another like bunch of dogs that they're all fighting. Basically, this guy, he has a flame buff on his spear that he can use to launch basically like flaming balls. Not flame balls. What are they called? Catch flame. No. Flame toss? Flame sling? It's gonna bug me until I figure it out. Hold on. Incantations? I'm pretty sure it's flame sling. Basically, they can just use their frickin' spear to shoot flame sling, and it has a flame buff on it, and I want that ash so bad, and it's not anywhere in the game. What the hell, Miyazaki? I want that so bad. So good. So much. All incantations. There we go. Okay, now we just gotta... Oh, wait. Catch flame. I'm pretty sure... Yes! Flame sling. We could put it on fire attunement. How's that look? Not good. D scaling on fire attunement. C scaling on flame attunement. Might just have to go with heavy attunement and put greases on it. Then try to farm some Radon Knight armor. We'll see how much I hate that when I'm done with it. The pata! Pata, 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 pata. Ah, goodness. This one I had a lot of fun with. I was taking advantage of, like, spamming a frickin' impaling thrust and just, like, getting crits. And also just, like, oh yeah, it was another Dex Faith build where I was using buffs again. Or was that another Grease build? Either way, I was buffing the weapon and just, like, trying to get as much damage out of it as possible without attuning it. I think instead I will attune it. What'll I attune it to? It is a fist weapon. It has the longest reach of any fist weapon. Yeah, automatically dual wield it. And the running attack is just like a double poke. And you can just like rely on the R1s and you're never like out of range. R2s are pretty good as well. Oh, what to do with you? What can I do with you? Okay. Church of Benediction in DLC. On corpse hanging over edge above entrance. Okay, then. What frickin' skill do we put on this? I don't want to put a roar on it. I'm not looking to just, like... Well... What can I put on this? I could put Thunderbolt on it. That would look pretty cool. Do another lightning build. And it's all the way into DLC, so I would have all that I need to do anything. Divine Beast Frost Stomp. Shriek of Sorrow. Life Steal Fist. What does it scale best on? Scales best on strength. It is a dex strength weapon. Maybe Cragblade. I haven't done Cragblade on a weapon in a while. And the only other weapon I put Cragblade on was for fist was like the iron balls, and I'm planning on using lifesteal fist with the spiked balls. I don't know, is there like repeating thrust available or something? I could do Bloodhound Step. I haven't used that in a while. What are people saying with this? How people running and hitting with both of them. I can't do it in PC. It's just a running attack. This thing dropkick all stabbing fist weapons into oblivion along with half the straight swords. Yep. Let's see now. I could put Endure on it and use Endure strats, but didn't I already put Endure on the Cestus? No, I put Flaming Strike on the Cestus. Did I get to the Spiked Cestus yet? Oh, wait, the Qatar. What did I put on the Qatar? Did I put Endure on the Qatar? No, I'm using the Qatar's regular Impaling Thrust and trying to go for crits. Iron Ball has Cragblade. Let's say multi-hit. Running R1s seem to be what people like with this. But it's a lot of PvPers, and I don't play PvP. Yeah, I'm not focusing on the poise damage for this one, because with the other ones, it's like Impaling Thrust, Cragblade, and there was also Flaming Strike as like, just like to have the Flaming Fist build. Pata, though. Let's see now. Slap Endure on. I haven't. Have I done an Endure with a fist weapon yet? Great Claw is a colossal weapon. Fire Spark Perfume Bottle is a perfume bottle. Mace is a hammer. I haven't done an Endure with a fist weapon yet. Let's do Endure strats. Which stat does it, like, what scaling would be good? Yeah, we haven't done the Ass Slam in a while. Nor have we done Horlu's Earth Shaker. I'll have to figure out something to put that on. But what do I have it scaling to? It scales most with strength at heavy. But on the stats, it scales most with dexterity. Flame, Sacred, and Magic are the three highest elemental attunements. C scaling on all of the statuses, B scaling on all of the regular physicals, C scaling and D scaling for elementals. What do I want to do? Okay, we've done Fire Fists, we've done Roar Fists, we've done... Yeah, so the Golem Fist, let's see now. Golem Halberd, Golem Greatbow, Golem Fist. Maybe Holy. Or Lightning. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did Grease with the last one, so I don't want to do Grease again. Blood Attunement, maybe? What are my last couple builds? Warcry with the Partisan. Parry build with a Parrying Dagger. Golden Tempering multi-hit build. Dovis Sword, Onyx Lord's Greatsword. One-Eyed Shield, Omen Cleaver, Obsidian Lamina. We've also done Poison with the Noble Zestok, Bleed with the Obsidian Lamina, Fire with the One-Eyed Shield. Yeah, you know what? It's 68 dex scaling with cold attunement, and I also get intelligence and strength scaling in addition to it. I think maybe, yeah, we'll go cold attunement again. Damage. There we go. Perfumer's Shield. This'll be fun. Golden shield used by perfumers of Landell during military service. Ooh, I'm not blocking with that. Awesome. Guard boost gets fairly decent. 40... Oh, wait. Less than 60, less than 50. Alright. Let's go for another poison build since it fits the perfumer theme. Shield crash so we can get that multi-hit. We will two-hand it. And it scales not that well with strength. Best place to farm these. Perfumer's Grotto is the place to farm these things. Good luck. Let's see now. Pest's Glaive. I have had to pick these things out of my inventory so many times, and I've never used a single one. It's probably like a poison halberd or something. Let's see now. Pest's glaive. No? Ah, no poison buildup, eh? I would have figured with them being, like, kindred of rot. Hard sharpened shell, wielded by the pests who emerged from the swamp of Aeonia, slightly increases non-physical damage negation. Though men might recognize the keen intellect of the pests evidenced by the spear's uncanny design, it will never be understood by them. Yeah, I can just farm Church of Plague. Do I want to farm more than one of these? Do I feel like doing a dual-wielding halberd? No, I don't really feel like that. Let's see how it scales. Okay, really well. Scales great with dex. None of you saw that. None of you saw that. None of you saw that. Don't type in chat about it. None of you saw it. We're gonna two-hand this weapon. Don't say things that can have double meanings right now. Okay, the build for the Elden Ring weapon for the video game Elden Ring with the weapon the Pest's Glaive. It has 145 scaling on heavy and 142 scaling on keen. And on all of the not elemental status attunements, it has pretty good dex scaling and pretty not okay, but okay strength scaling. Does the most damage from Flame, Sacred, and Magic again. This is too good on... This is too good on Poison Infusion, is too good to ignore. Look at the scaling. Look at it. I'm looking, and it's really good scaling. I think I might go for... Huh. What do I do with this? Ooh, that would be interesting. I mean, I just did a poison build with the Perfumer's Shield. I can change it to multi-hit, but I'm using a lot of multi-hit builds here. Poison, and we'll go with repeating... Whoops, no. Repeating thrust, there we go. Farm these from the guards at the Church of the Plague in Caelid. Pickaxe. I've heard really good things about this. Really good things. Apparently, it's a great hammer with a great axe moveset, and can be paired with great axes, but can't be paired with a great hammer. Does mostly pierce damage, which is nice. Let's see now. It is primarily a strength scaling weapon. Pickaxe. And it scales okay with dexterity. We're gonna two-hand it. I'm pretty sure we've already done like dual-wielded axes before, so we'll just do a two-handed one. Let's see now. I don't think Endure is a weapon buff, so... maybe Grease. Okay, so taking out a cold build so we can open up another cold build because I've heard great things about how this one is really good on cold. And like I have seen like at certain like areas that the miners and their pickaxes have like elemental attunements to them, like fire miners and cold miners and poison miners. And the strongest of them all are the cold ones. So, and that is 93 strength scaling and 72 int scaling. Go cold, and for the ash, let's see now. Oh, let's go wild strikes. Farm from miners in Limgrave Tunnel. Prepare to rip and tear. I've heard really good things about the charge attacks on this, and it does pierce. We're going to set it up with wild strikes. Get counter hits. Yeah, the only special attacks I've ever seen done with this type of weapon would have to be like when the miners just like hit you with the top end of it. And they usually just do like a big swing down, and then right as you're attacking them, another big swing down. Wild strikes, and let's go chilling mist. Okay, you get out of here while I'm doing things, and we're going, and we're here. There we go. Freeze. Okay, gonna take this one, and we're gonna click around to make sure that we're not adjusting any other one. Freeze. It's called chilling mist, not freezing mist. Yeah, it's called a freezer burn build, but I'm gonna try and keep the language in this document as close to the original game as I can. Yeah, we're gonna start with Wild Strikes on Heavy Attunement, then we'll get Chilling Mist on Heavy Attunement. That way we can have a diamond pickaxe. Diamond pickaxe. There we go. Ah, the pike. Okay. This might be a point of contention for some Elden Ring players. I don't care. I do not consider the pike to be a new game plus weapon just because Margit is in front of it. While Margit may get a cutscene, he is not. He doesn't drop a remembrance there. It doesn't feel like a main boss. It just feels like a vibe check. And also, it's an astral projection at the same time. So, honestly, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah. You know what? That's also piercing. Fang. Not gang. Fang. The piercing gang. They have really pretty piercings. Half of them have jobs at Claire's or various tattoo parlors. Okay, what? Yeah, it's a spear. I was gonna. Like, my mind was being like, it's a great spear. And I was like, no, it's a regular spear. And I was like, what? And it's like, look. Right there. see now. Unique upwards thrusting R2. Longest in its class by a pretty wide margin. Apparently, blood and occult and infusion are up for debate on this. It only gets 82 bleed buildup, though. I think I'll just go heavy attunement. Yeah, it's a strength dex weapon. Gonna two-hand it. Does well on flame, sacred, and magic. Does okay on the status attunements. That's the name. Also okay, just okay on the 69 is pretty funny, but at the same time, 89 or 90 on the elemental attunements is not as good as some of the other ones I've seen. I think I'll just go, yeah, heavy scaling. We'll call this a crits build. In front of a whole company of exiles, soldiers in the Godric Castle compound. Good luck. There we go. The Pillory Shield. Okay. Right here. Let's put... we haven't done a carrion retaliation build in a while, so let's call this magic build. Carrion retaliate. Nope. Yes. Shun. Oops. Overshot it. Two-handed. I'm guessing it has poor strength scaling. It does. Okay, it's a small shield. What can you do? Behind a locked door underneath Fort Gale in Caelid, inside one of the jail cells. Okay. The Poisoned Hand. I tried this out on, I think it was my third DLC run. First DLC run in was, I think, a cold build with Banished Knight's Halberd. And the second one was a strength build. Third one was a dex build. Then I went arcane build with the DLC. Okie dokies. Let's see now. Pretty sure this scales primarily with arcane and then just a tiny bit with strength. Fist weapons. Poisoned Hand. It's purple. Yeah, sewer level of Bellerot. By a bunch of man-flies. Ash, then heavy attacks. Dual wield it since it's a dual wielded weapon, and we will go charged attacks. And the Ash of War is Poison Spearhand. I think I had a lot of fun with this weapon. It's been a while, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? We're going to take off that strength scaling because there's only 18 points in it, so it's probably not worth. Pole Blade of the Bud. You know what? I'll just change this to poison build. Pole Blade of the Bud. One of the few weapons in this game that naturally deals Scarlet Rot. And for some reason, Scarlet Rot just does not scale with anything arcane. For no reason. Despite this having arcane scaling, this number doesn't change at all. It's another poison build. You know what? We can yes this. Okay, how's it scale? Dexterity Arcane. Arcane before Dexterity. And high Arcane it is. And the Ash. Raminus Purification. Whoops. Capital P. Okay. Okay, Pole Blade of the Bud. Ramana is weak to fire and flame. She is also highly mobile. Yes, I am aware of the arcane scaling, not touching. Prelate's Inferno Crozier. If this isn't a strength weapon, I'm gonna be very surprised. Oh yeah. Only 45 strength to wield it. That is a lot less than the, what's it called? Giant Crusher. Hammerzini R2, out for the upward swing. Yo, yeah, this is the one that can juggle NPCs. See, now, Crozier is a type of decorative staff shaped like a shepherd's crook or cross. Typically carried by bishops and other high-ranking prelates of the Catholic Church and other branches of Christianity. Its name comes from the Old French crozier, meaning cross-bearer. Only 7 FP for prelate strike? Are you serious? Okay, C scaling on fire, C scaling on flame. But overall, better scaling on fire than flame, but flame gets both faith and strength. A scaling on heavy. B scaling on keen is surprising. B scaling on all the statuses, and that is a lot of scaling. And 120 bleed buildup is insane. We're gonna Oh, my mic fell over. No, no. Come back, come back. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're gonna two-hand this one. It's gonna be Oh man, what type of build is we'll say it's a fire build and prelate charge. We might go for some like status shenanigans if we want to or need to. Take down the prelate where the fire scorpion charm is, and it's yours. So you can get it from the start of a run. The Prince of Death's staff, however, that one requires you to get all the way either past Valiant Gargoyles or through the platforming section underneath the capital. So either way, you gotta have to go through tough bosses to get it. So it's a new game plus weapon. We will dual wield them. We'll say yes. Build type, death spells. Spinning weapon is the only skill that can go on a staff. Atop the highest tower, underground amidst Fia and the Dragon 46. The pulley bow. This is regarded as the second best bow in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Although then again, I am not right 100% of the time, and I often make mistakes. I am not right 100% of the time. Yeah, so now... If you're a alleged sniper, this bow is the best to use in its class, especially with talismans that enhance effectiveness. Pulley bow outperformed longbow and albinorc bow consistently in terms of damage. Low requirement, best range. 55 yards. That is quite far. Oh man, we only got 20 minutes left, but I'm having a good time. Yeah, referring to Mikla who practiced fundamentalism. Look at this thing. It's so cool. Oh boy. Okay, so again, bow scaling, so not that great in either, but it is a quality build, so you can level both to get damage. We're going to two-hand it. It's going to be a ranged build. The skill is Mighty Shot. Atop the watchtower, guarding the way up Mount Gelmir. Here. Guarded by some lost Lanedale scrubs. The pulley crossbow. Oh man. Another weapon that doesn't scale with anything, but at least it has a multi-hit function. So, ranged build. Pretty sure the ash on this is kick. Ah, goodness. Pulley crossbow, also made by Mikla. Let's see now. Travel up and around Mount Gelmir towards Master Azur, and you will find it past the rune bear at a shack. Oh, goodness. But this one will munch through ammunition 3 times faster than any other crossbow, so there's that to watch out for. The Putrescence Cleaver! Oh man, I think I used this on the strength build. It was fun. Like, seriously fun. I just L2'd and ringed all over the enemies, and honestly, I think I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't beat the game with that one. The one I used to beat the game, and YouTube put ads in my fucking music again. I swear to glob, I need to spoil myself again with some ad blockers. Uh, it is a strength arcane weapon, if I remember correctly, and it's a great X too. So it does good poise, good damage. It's got frost that doesn't scale with the arcane scaling whatsoever. Let's see now. Yeah, strength first, then arcane. Better strength than arcane. We're gonna yes this one because double putrescence cleaver sounds like a lot of fun. This will be a multi-hit build, and the ash is spinning guillotine. Okay. Only to take down the boss. Strength first, then arcane. Another double great axe jump build in the making, ready to go. Oh, that'll be fun. Quayline's greatsword. I don't think I tried that. I think I used it to like perform an experiment if like the weapons that did natural fire damage would like work well to reset frost. If you oh wait, it's a heavy thrusting sword, not a thrusting sword. Yeah, Iris of Occultation, or as I like to say it, the Iris of Give Me Your Weapon. Let's see now, it's a faith weapon. Yeah, but it's a non-somber weapon. And it gets really good int scaling on frickin' cold attunement. Better than the fire and flame attunements. What the hecky? But it doesn't reset the frost, though. Yeah. This under bleed and great EP under cold is scary. I mean, I guess I could do... Because I am going to get a second one once I get through New Game Plus, so... Another yes. Scales primarily with Dex. So it'll be like a int faith build. Oh, goodness. Why do you scale so well on everything except the things that would make sense for you to scale well on? Well. Yeah, like lightning, like you get better sacred attunement than you get a flame attunement. What the hell? But then again, that one just does like more base damage than all of these. Yeah, 266 added to the fire damage based off of the scaling. God damn. Okay, so it is a dexterity weapon. Calling it here, saying dexterity is the skill or stat. Dex, strength, faith. This will be a fire build. And the Ash of War. There's Flame Spear and Flame Skewer. So now, which one is which again? Yeah, Flame Skewer is the one Queeline uses. We'll use it for a Flame and Frost build. Again, I'm looking back to it and I'm like, how the hell is that a possibility? Start with just faith and then get faith int. There we go. Ah, Robots Cannon. So we're gonna two-hand that. It's gonna be a ranged build, but apparently this thing has aimbot tracking, where the fucking bolts will just zip back around and hit the enemy in the back of the head, which should be fun. And it comes with a like special bell bearing that makes better ammo for it. But yeah, type 1 in chat if you hate YouTube ads or any ads that interrupt your music ever. Pretty sure this is another kick skill. Gotta enter the tower, Rabath's tower from the top to get the bell bearing. We're making good progress, even though we only got 10 minutes left. And thank you for joining me for this wonderful humans experience of enrichment. Bunu825 Kakiri, thank you for following at the start of the stream. No. Yeah, nobody. That's okay. Uh-huh, that's what I thought. Okay. Oh well. Thank you, Bunu825 Kitty. Kikiri, sorry. Rakshasa's Great Katana. Ooh, that was fun on the Dex build. The dexterity and keenness of that weapon. But also, what right do you have giving 180 to Queeline's, like, cold scaling? Where do you get off with that? Hold on. Wasn't this supposed to have the best out of all of them, even though it's like a fire dagger? Yeah, 141 int scaling. Ay. 132. How much did Quaylines have? $141, 132. It's got more than Quaylines. Oh, lordy. Why is it so feckin' good on that attunement? And so much less good on these attunements? I don't know. Maybe it's just showing me base damage or something. Either way, that is astounding that the Fire Faith weapons have better int scaling than the literal int strength spear. I'm talking about the Clayman's Harpoon. You ever tried it? Try putting cold attunement with Ice Spear. That's what I wanted to say. There we go. Great Katanas, Rakshasas. It is a dexterity weapon. This will be another yes. This will be more of a bleed build than anything. Like, with this armor set and weapon, I could have tanked through pretty much everything. I just needed, like, an endure stick to make it happen. Ooh. Has hyper armor on its attacks. That comes at the cost of reducing all absorptions by 10 while attacking. I can just put on some, like, damage reduction stuff. And I can probably also just crouch poke him out of existence again. Like, last one. Robot's Cannon, I can probably just use that. Or pulley bow, pulley crossbow. Prelate's Inferno Crozier would be good for getting that. Okay, it's 777 AR is amazing. The ash is called Weed Cutter. This thing is crazy good. Multi-hit. And love it. Hyper armor, somber stones. 109 dexterity scaling. So good. I don't want to treat it as an R2 stick. I want to try and lean into the moveset. The I'm a noob invader weapon? How are they a noob if they defeated Rakshasa? This bitch ain't easy to kill. Again with the PvP stuff. This weapon is so OP, makes it... Yeah, it might be a tanking build. Maybe set up for some tanking. Alright. Probably last one of this session. We made some really good progress. We've got maybe a third of this left. Maybe. We might be at the full-on 2/3 done section. And I have to make that appointment after this, too. So that'll be fun. Rapier. This one has some insanely good crit modifier to it, right? A 130 crit scaling, C scaling on dexterity, A scaling on keen. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it attacks very quickly. It is a dexterity weapon that does not scale that well with strength. We are going to two-hand it. This will be a crit build. And the ash. Wrong window. Yeah. A scaling on keen. Let's see now. Maybe carrion phalanx. Okay, let me see here. Because I know that Glintblade Phalanx is popular for doing 40 poise damage, plus whatever you get for the stab, if you can get the whole thing to land. Only if you can get the whole thing to land, though. Maybe instead... Piercing Fang? Or Impaling Thrust? Yeah, you know what? Carrion phalanx it is. Or maybe glintstone and carrion phalanx, though. The raptor's talons. There we go. A scaling on keen, maybe use greases, available for purchase at Round Table. Scales primarily with dexterity. We'll use carrion phalanx for the crit build. Yeah, we're out of time. We are out of time. Well, we made it to weapon number 347. So we have only got about 145 maybe. So this has been another day spent enriching this human vessel I am within. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you Bunu825 Kikiti for the follow. Here, I'll follow you back. Let me. Created September 22nd, 2025, following since 3 hours ago. Sure, I'll shoot you a follow back. There we go. And anyone else here? Nope. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a glorious day. This has been the Pretender, pretending that I am very good at this. Thank you all so much. Goodbye.